Dallas and their fans are hungry and hopeful to add another championship banner in the rafters as we settle in for some playoff football at AT&T Stadium.
Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Okay, Coach, this storied franchise in Dallas and their fans are hungry and hopeful to add another championship banner in the rafters as we settle in for some playoff football at AT&T Stadium.
Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. At their own 19-yard line. Here we go. 57 to Mike. There we go. Here we go. 49. Here we go. 46. 46.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Come on, let's go. First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
All day, every day.
Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10.
Hey, check 26.
Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. He gets this to Devontae Adams. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
And a Packer first down.
Hey, check 26.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Rodgers now on first down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 15-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here we go.
The first carry for the Utah man now. It's Joe Williams. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
319.
54 Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he hits his target, the tight end Lewis. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, 88.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there, getting him to 1st.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
58. 54. Right, 54. Let's go. Right now, you got 58. Blue 58, Blue 58.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Blue 58.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Packers 7, Cowboys 0.
Mike. Blue 58.
We want this.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Hey, box truck.
And it's 3rd down.
55. Right there.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls,
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. He's at the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. Give him 53 yards on the ground. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it with Williams. And some room to run now. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Well, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they get to that end zone real fast.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It's a sack for Mitch Unrein.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Throwing, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, it's Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Prescott from the gun. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Throwing is Rodgers. Looking deep for it. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams. 73 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Prescott. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they are going to set up shop at... The 32-yard line.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's bring it.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Check 43. Zoom. Motion. Jump out.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his second touchdown of the night. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A first down throw for Prescott. He'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play on the catch and run covering 34 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Williams. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They need to get this to the 24 on third down.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Prescott to throw on fourth. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Again, it's Jones. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Packers 38, Cowboys 3.
No. 319. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. No. 319.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and it's like it's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten.
And a loose football, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
319. You ain't going nowhere. Share. 319.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Got him in. It's Brown. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 23 yards for the touchdown. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more.
The score, Packers 45, Cowboys 3.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he rifles one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Jones, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And
for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Cooper was the target there. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
Green 18. 54. I'm coming.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the Cowboys' 5-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. One back in the game, that's Jones, second and goal. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll get it up the middle, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And a special play there by the special teams. It's one thing to fake it. He ran it in for the score.
I think the special teams coach saw something on film in preparation for this game, told the head coach now's the time. He got the green light, and they worked it to perfection.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He's going to let it fly. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.